Hello everyone, my name is Elle and welcome back to my channel. Over the last 4-ish years, I have created multiple six-figure income with my Sapphic pen names. I have two pen names. One is Elle, the other is Eden Emery, and together they make 6 figures. And over the last year, I got pregnant, I had a baby, and I was trying to make as much money as possible without publishing as many books. I actually only published 2 books last year, but I knew that when I slowed down my publishing, that my income was possibly going to drop. So instead, I focused on things that were a little bit easier for me to do than writing at the time, because when I was pregnant, I could not think at all. Like, I could write, I did finish some books, but it is not the same writing when you're pregnant versus writing afterwards. So I focused on what I could do, and in that case, it is Tik Tok Shop and Kickstarter, and this video is going to be about Tik Tok Shop. Since the end of 2023, I started my Tik Tok Shop. For those who are on TikTok, you probably know that as soon as Tik Tok Shop started opening, you saw a huge influx of creators joining the shops. Some of them were not so great, definitely like dropshipper type. I also heard there was a lot of scams going around, and the For You page was filled with shop videos. And also TikTok was promoting the shop videos as well. So if you had a video that you had your product in and then you put the product card linking to your shop, that video would do immensely better than all your other videos. So of course I saw my chance with direct sales and I took it. I was already making videos on TikTok, so nothing really changed in that vein, but I did start the shop, I filled it, and then I started receiving orders right away. And again, this is not publishing anything new. I didn't do anything fancy. At that point, I didn't even start any special editions. I literally just put the inventory that I already had that I was selling on my direct shop and put it up there, and it started selling. But of course, anyone who is a reader, who is an author, will tell you that signed copies, while they sell well, they do not sell as well as the special editions. So when I started actually doing the special editions, my shop was doing good. But when I started actually doing special editions, it took off. And there are a couple of reasons for that, right? Special editions, people just want them. They look pretty. There's a type of exclusivity or limited editionness that readers really like. And then also they are much more expensive than regular books. So you will make more if you sell more special editions. I had already created a 6-figure income for myself just on TikTok Shop alone. And then all of a sudden the ban happened. We were kicked out of TikTok, we were kicked out of TikTok Shop, and a bunch of creators needed to figure out where they were gonna go, what they were gonna do. Luckily for me, I did already start my Shopify, but there is no comparison between Shopify and TikTok Shop, because with Shopify, you have to get people into Shopify, but with TikTok Shop, there's the own algorithm. People are on TikTok, they do one-click purchases, they see one video, and they will buy literally my entire catalog sometimes. And so it would have been a huge blow if TikTok was continued to be banned, and it still could possibly be banned. So there is still a possibility that I will lose this income at some point. But you guys are here for the breakdown, so let's get into it. I created a nice little graph here that shows where my growth actually happened, and as you can see, I had an explosive growth during the beginning of the year, and that was because I had not one but 2 viral videos that reached over 1 million views. At that time, orders were coming in like crazy. I was super pregnant, it was also my birthday, and I had to fulfill these orders with not just my partner but my in-laws as well, because they came in for the birth of the baby, and I literally had to leave my birthday trip to come and pack hundreds of orders because of these 2 viral videos. Now, one thing I want to say is that you don't need to have viral videos in order for this to work. Of course, it makes a huge difference. That month, I made more than the next few months in TikTok Shop. But being successful in TikTok Shop does not hinge on the viral videos. You can do ads, you can do normal content. I still get a steady flow of orders even if I don't have a viral video. Now, the second viral video is actually a video that I use quite often, which it's me literally at my desk like this. I will just be holding a book, and then I'll have kind of a small blurb or something about when the enemies to lovers, blah, blah, blah. And then I will transition, and then it'll just be quote, 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 quote. And usually, more often than not, they're all spicy quotes. And that one, again, did 1 million views and kickstarted TikTok Shop again. But like I mentioned before, you don't need viral videos to make this a thing. I have another graph here that you can see actually 55% or over 55% of my customers are return customers. And I am going to show you guys some data that I pulled through the last few months. TikTok only lets me pull a screenshot of the last few months, so I'm only going to show you the screenshot of the last few months. But the last few months alone, with no viral videos at all, I still got over $20,000. And again, this is TikTok Shop. These are copies I've already written. I barely have to market it. I already make TikTok videos, and these are just sales coming in. I would like to get viral videos every month if I could, to get some explosive growth, but really the big money here is the steady flow of return customers, because they'll buy one book, then they'll buy 2 books, and then they'll buy your whole catalog. This is how reader behavior is. And so I really value, yes, the explosive growth is great, and I am so grateful that I got those viral videos, but I more want return customers than one customer who's going to come buy something and dip. Those return customers are the ones where you make the most money. All right, so now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What books are most popular in my shop versus what made the most money? I made another graph. I love graphs. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about each book. So as you can see right away, there is one that earned the most, but there's one that sold the most. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit hard to see, but Contract Bound is actually the one that sold the most products, but Winterfell is the one that sold the most in revenue. So products sold, it goes Contract Bound, followed by the Bloodbound Special Edition, followed by Bloodbound Set, Winterfell, and the Club Patal set. But as I said before, the special editions are actually where the money is at. So the special edition of Winterfell is the one that made me the most money. And what I think is really important for you guys to know is that this book did not have a viral video. Of course, Winterfell, the series itself, I've actually had a few viral videos similar to the second video that I showed you, and that like kickstarted the series on KU, but this is not for TikTok Shop. My TikTok Shop, Winterfell, has never had a viral video. What happens is I will make one video letting people know that this is in the shop, and they like it because it's huge. Literally in my videos, I'm like, this is a chunky boy. This is a big book. It's a white shoes. It's queer white shoes. And some of my older readers know about this. I don't really talk about this series much anymore, but my newer readers actually have no idea this series existed or this copy exists. And so a lot of the people who come and buy this are actually my already existing readers. I'm not getting new readers for this. Sometimes I do. And sometimes they'll just want to buy this whole thing right away. But a lot of people already read my stuff and they will just take the plunge and buy this one. But again, you can guess why this one makes the most money. It's expensive. It's expensive to buy. It's expensive to print. It's not expensive to make because it's just an omnibus of all 5 books. I've already done most of the work except for getting the cover. And then I just did new internal formatting, but it's expensive. It's like $17 or something to print on Ingram. And I think the price even raised since then. So this is very pricey. And one thing actually I'm trying to get better at is I started pricing this actually quite low at first. And honestly, me pricing it as it is right now is actually much lower than a lot of people price their special editions. I've just been working on making sure that this year I'm working on making sure that I am pricing correctly and trying to go with what other authors are doing, because I have this thing where like I want to price pretty low, but at the end of the day, it's not making me money. Like it's not sustainable. It doesn't pay back anything. And so I'm trying not to cringe when I see the numbers because people are buying it. I'm not forcing anyone to buy this, and no one's forcing anyone to buy this. If they want to spend their money on this, it's expensive. As a treat, they can do it. And so I'm trying to keep that mindset when I go with TikTok Shop, because at the end of the day, that is what makes the money. And then I have another example of my special edition Bloodbound. This is the Lesbian Vampires Contract Bound one. People love this one as well. Sometimes they'll just buy this one without reading anything else that I own because it's pretty. And because I also market it as like Lesbian Vampires. And then I tell them very straight up that there's a cliffhanger on book 1, so you should just get book 2, and then this has both books inside. Now let's talk about the videos itself. So there was actually one video that I filmed very, very quickly. I was surprised that it blew up so fast. But it's one of those talking videos where I will go to my shelf, I will pick a video, and then I'll just overlay my voice. And then for this one, why I think it was one that blew up is because I added right at the front lesbian vampires. That was the first thing that they heard was lesbian vampires. And then very quickly I showed a bunch of aesthetic images and played that through while I was explaining what the video was about. But that video alone literally only took me a few minutes. I filmed it really quick, I did a voiceover really quick, and then I replied to a comment on a video that was already doing well, and then posted it and put the product card in it, and it blew up. It was about a few days that it was really, really crazy. So like every day I'd get like 50 something orders. And then there was one day that I got hundreds of orders. Also, you may be asking how I did this with the stock, because with TikTok, there's actually like a 3-day turnaround time. And luckily there is this company called 48 Hours. So I could print my books very, very fast and get them shipped to me. Yes, they are more expensive, but it allowed me to fulfill orders really, really fast. And one thing I didn't want happen is to go out of stock and then have the video stop climbing, because I knew that as soon as the video would stop growing, I would stop getting sales. So I kept it going. I ordered a bunch from 48 Hours and I was able to fulfill it in the time before I got penalized by TikTok. So final takeaways, I guess, for this is that you should get on TikTok Shop. Whether or not you like TikTok, whether or not you think you have the bandwidth to promote it, I would just get on there, because more often than not, a lot of times you don't actually have to do anything, and it's just a way to continuously get sales. Again, this is not something that I am hugely promoting. I'm already on TikTok posting videos and filming and trying to promote my titles, and these are just nice extras. And again, in the same vein of trying to do less but make more, just having it available, you'd be surprised by how many of your existing readers just want to go there and support you. Not everyone is going to make 6 figures on this. Some people make way more than that. The takeaway is that you won't know until you try, and there could be a whole other income stream out there for you that you're just not accessing because you're too afraid to post, or you just don't want to set it up. So my takeaway is that everyone should try TikTok Shop at least while we have it. Again, TikTok has their own audience. These people are impulsive. They will see the video, they'll go click it, buy it right away, want it at their doorstep in like 4 days, and then they will become your forever readers. If they like it and you give them a good service, they will come back and they'll buy more. You can also have your own shop. I have my own shop. I recommend you have your own shop, just for other people who can't buy on TikTok Shop to go and buy signed copies. But the likelihood of someone leaving TikTok to go to your shop and then buy something is quite little. So take advantage of it while you can, because again, we don't know actually how long TikTok will be around. This ban may happen again. We don't know. So I would say if you don't have a TikTok Shop right now, go start one. Try and get as much money as possible out of it before it's gone. But I think that's all I wanted to share about TikTok. Again, TikTok has been such an amazing platform for me, not just to market my books, but the direct shop has brought new life to my income, and I'm gonna be really sad if it goes. If you have any other questions about TikTok Shop or direct sales or any other income questions, let me know and I will try and make a video on it. I'm also going to be doing a Kickstarter video, so look forward to that as well, and I will see you in the next one.